Okay, July 5th. A couple of big things on July 5th. The first one being in 1865, the conspirators to assassinate Abraham Lincoln were all court-martialed. So this was a remarkable conspiracy because obviously they did assassinate Lincoln. A couple of conspirators helped John Wilkes Booth get access to the theater or impeded getting aid to Lincoln. And there were several, and then there was one guy who was supposed to kill Ulysses S. Grant. Grant ended up not coming that night with Lincoln. And then another guy was supposed to kill Andrew Johnson, the vice president at the time, but chickened out. And then a fourth person was then supposed to kill Secretary of War Seward, so William Seward. William Seward was in his home. He ironically was semi-saved, if you will. The guy attacked him with a knife, and so he suffered wounds to his neck and face. But earlier in the week, he had been in a very bad carriage accident and actually suffered, I think, a broken back. And so he was in a neck brace. So he was all in a brace, and so semi-protected. And so the conspirator wasn't able to actually land any wounds to kill Seward. So anyway, so today is the day that they were court-martialed, ultimately convicted, and Mary Surratt, being one of the conspirators, became the first woman in American history convicted of murder and hung. The next thing we've got is that we've got, in 1935, FDR signed the National Labor Relations Act, which created the National Labor Relations Board, which is still in existence today, which kind of settles union workers' rights decisions and things like that. This came at a time of a lot of unrest amongst the labor movement, and so kind of offered the first official recognition and support and the right to organize and kind of make sure they're improving safety, getting fair compensation, sensible work schedules, and all these things that they felt were essential to building that vibrant middle class through the 40s and 50s and 60s. So that was also today in 1935. And the last thing I had was in 1950, it's the first battle of the Americans on the Korean Peninsula against the North Koreans. Didn't go well for the Americans, but it was the first battle and started us down a war that would last 3 years. Ironically, the Korean War lasted 3 years. The series MASH lasted 11 seasons. So the series MASH lasted over 3 times as long as the actual Korean War. I'll see you tomorrow.